This is Taking Stock on Bloomberg. I'm Pimm Fox. All right, the beverage business continues to grow. Symphony IRI data shows that U.S. alcoholic beverage retail sales rose more than 4% year over year. That was through mid-February. I want to find out what investors should be shopping around for in the beverage category for their investments. My guest is Scott Rothbort. He is the president and founder of Lakeview Asset Management. Scott, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming in. Let's start. I want to start off with asking you about Monster Beverage. I mean, do you drink this stuff?
I don't, but
that doesn't count,
right?
That
doesn't count,
right?
Okay. There's a lot of things I don't eat, but other people eat as well. This is an energy drink, which in the 18 to 30-year-old demographic is just a hot product. It is the second largest energy drink to Red Bull, and Red Bull being a privately held company, it's really the way that you can get into the energy drink market.
All right, now Monster Beverage used to be called something else, but the people at the company realized this was the hit that they had to focus on, right?
Yes, Hanson Natural just did not resonate with investors and the public. They still have Hanson Natural products, and those are natural drinks, sodas, but Monster Beverage, that's an X Games, an X Generation name, and they look to capitalize on that, and the company has changed its name as of January to Monster Beverage.
What do you think about the stock? I listened to the conference call. There was some question as to the performance last quarter. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, one thing that did come out of the conference call, and I agree that maybe last quarter, I think expectations were very high, but their year-on-year growth metrics were excellent. They did say, interestingly enough, that they are growing rapidly in Europe.
That's right.
Which tells me two things. First of all, they're going pretty well head-to-head with Red Bull. Second of all, with all the problems you hear about in Europe, the kids in Europe, they're drinking Monster Beverage. So I'm not that worried. I think this is a high-growth name. I think it'll continue to grow. I think it'll benefit once the economy picks up in Europe even more than it is now, and in the United States.
All right, so you like Monster Beverage, you like the shares. Tell me about Caribou Coffee. You know, I was thinking that the Apple introducing the new iPad, right? I mean, it still doesn't make coffee, right? The iPad.
No, but they'll figure out a way to do it someday.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be an app for that.
No problem.
Yeah.
Look, you know, I've owned Caribou Coffee for a while now, and I continue to own the shares. They had an excellent quarter. It's a relatively small company when you compare it to Starbucks, but is the second largest coffee house in the United States. And what I like about them is that they are centered out of Minneapolis, the middle of the country. You've got Starbucks, which is a left coast company, and on the right coast you have Dunkin' Donuts. There's a lot in between, and I think that Caribou has the ability to spread out even more to a lot of the states and locales that perhaps these other companies don't. Plus, they're also expanding overseas. They're also selling their product in K-Cup format, and they're also selling their product.
What's up with that K-Cup format, the Keurig, right? I mean, Green Mountain Coffee Roaster. This is like a combination of a momentum stock, plus also, you got to give them credit, right? The innovation that's there for all the different flavors and all the different uses.
Absolutely, but I think what's going to happen is that Keurig is going to lose some of their patents, and that's what the market is concerned about. They're also concerned about some of their accounting. But I leave that up to the SEC. I'm not here to.
All right, Caribou though.
Let's talk about Caribou.
You like Caribou.
But here's the thing with the K-Cups, and it's the razor and the razor blades.
Right.
Okay. Well, Caribou has the razor blades. Dunkin' Donuts has the razor blades. So that's what I like about it. I like the growth there. I like the fact that it's small and has room to expand. But most of all, coffee prices have come down. If you would go to the Bloomberg Professional Service and look at the price of coffee, it has come down dramatically after peaking last April.
That means good margins, right?
That means margins are going to expand because we know all these companies have done nothing but raise their prices to consumers.
Got to leave one last question for you. Got to keep it quick. Coca-Cola. You like Coke?
I like Coke. I think Pepsi has had problems recently. They don't know what to do with their snack business. And Coke is just kind of nipping at their heels and doing much better all around the world. I sold off my Pepsi shares a few weeks ago after owning them for a few years. I've gone into Coca-Cola Hellenic bottling, and I'm looking for a good opportunity to get into Papa Coke.
All right. I want to thank you very much, Scott Rothbort, Lakeview Asset Management. Got to have you in the future because I want to find out more about the Coca-Cola Hellenic bottling, investing in Greece.
Absolutely.
Well done.
Thanks
very much. Have a cup of coffee. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about the demand for coal. And as we go to a break, just take a look at the week ahead in business with Bloomberg Business Week 7 days.